Your MMA.tv. We're here with Martin Stapleton. We've just had the draw for the Cage Contender Fight Stars lightweight tournament. Martin's got his first round draw and he's set to take on Jamie Rodgers, the newest addition to the tournament, who just came into this yesterday. Martin, how do you feel about that draw you've got there?
I'm happy. I literally couldn't care less who I'm fighting as long as it weren't one of my teammates, because we've got two teammates in here. And we all talked about it beforehand, and we're happy to fight each other, but we'd rather it be in the final. So the only way I can meet any of my teammates now is in the final, and I'm happy with that. Apart from that, I couldn't care less who I fight, because I'm here to win it, and that's it.
Yeah, so as you say, it's almost an ideal draw for yourself. You've not drawn a teammate. The only way you could potentially face one is in the final. The other guys in your side of the draw, Mihail Kazuku and Arnold Cuero, who were obviously the European editions. Yeah. You know, that work out well for you? Do you know much about those guys?
I know a little bit. I know one of them's a decent wrestler. I know the other's got some decent stand-up. It's nice at the European fighters as well, because it's obviously good to beat people on the international scene as well. But again, I'd stick to my original statement, mate. I'm here to win. I don't care who's in the other corner. I don't care anything. I've trained my ass off for this. I believe this is my night, so I'm turning up to win. I don't care who it is.
And you're renowned as you know, a cardio machine, giving your time in the Marines as a PT. People think Martin Stapleton and they think this guy's got a gas tank. Does that bode well for you for the tournament?
I believe so, yeah. Again, that's something I don't really take for granted, because although, yeah, I train myself to be the peak of physical condition, but I also believe any professional fighter should be doing that. So every time I get in the cage, I imagine that my opponent is just as fit as I am. I know, for instance, Stringer and Uchi, who are in the tournament, I know that them guys are just as fit as me and good to go. So yes, from a mental perspective, I know that every time I get in there, I can fight from the bell to the last bell, non-stop. If them guys can't, they're in for trouble.
Yep, and obviously, you know, given the way the fights have worked out, the pull-outs, the guys that have been drawn in, yeah, arguably on paper you're the favourite. I mean, does that make a difference to you? How does it feel?
No, there's no favourite. People are going to say that and they're going to form their own opinions, but for me it's a tournament. It's the first two fights, you've got 2 5-minute rounds and anything can happen. In my eyes, I'm not the favourite. In my eyes, I'm just turning up to win. You know, I don't care what the paper says. I know I'm going to win, so I don't really care what the paper says.
Yep, and if you did win the 3 fights on the night, I mean, potentially there's going to be people watching you win them 3 fights in that one night, and you know the powers that be might be looking. Obviously, you're on the radar, given your resume in the past on the Ultimate Fighter and stuff. Is any of that burning into your mind? That you know there's any added pressure because you know it's the next step up the ladder?
I worry about that after the show. I've got to win these fights. I've got to win them one at a time. No point me sat here daydreaming about getting in the UFC and then go out and lose a fight because I'm daydreaming. You know, I'm going to take these fights one at a time on the night. I'm going to win them one at a time on the night. Then I'll sit down and speak to Colin and see what happens next.
Right, that's Martin Stapleton. He takes on Jamie Rodgers in the first round of the Cage Contender Fight Stars tournament. All the best, mate.
Thanks a lot. Can I just shout out to my sponsors? Just a quick shout out to my sponsors: www.crossdeck.co.uk. If you're in the security industry, get on there, check them out. They'll sort you out with the job.